All right, gang, welcome back to our Triple Threat Challenge here on Zabby. We are getting started here on what is going to be the mustard field once again, just as before. It doesn't look like we need a whole lot of lime here. Hopefully, it doesn't use a ton of it up, but we will, I guess we will find out, right? But, yeah, we're moving along here. It looks like this is putting out a very small amount, so that's good for us. Maybe we'll be able to get most of the field done with what we have here in the hopper, but we'll find out, I guess, as we move along. How's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. Things are good, man. Things are good. We're doing a pretty decent job here. Those of you that are members have seen quite a few episodes probably already. You know, they do get early access to videos like this one for being a member. And I've been working pretty hard to try to get quite a few done. It's appearing like I'm not going to have any major issues of any sort for being able to get every video out that I want. And there's going to be a very minimal risk, if any, that we will have to skip a day. So that's a good thing, right? I said I was getting ready to be gone for a little while here, so about a week. So, you know, I need to get some on the backlog here up and uploaded into the channel, edited, I guess I should say, and uploaded into the channel. We've done that. I think right now, counting this one, I will have 7 or 8, I think, uploaded, which is, I think, the most I've ever had. So, you know, I was able to get some things done, which is good, right? That's good. So today we're going to get this field taken care of. So we're liming it now, and then as soon as we're done with the lime, we are going to be putting the mustard back in the ground here. After that, we really don't have a whole lot else to do in regard to anything specifically here that we own. We have $6,000 to our name. It's not a ton of money. We do have 2 other contracts we can do today in October, so we will see what we can come up with to do. Last episode was, well, we kind of edited a bit of it out, I guess, and shrunk it down with some time lapses, but it was relatively a long episode. We did a lot. We went from September to October in that episode, and obviously did a pretty large contract, as a matter of fact, too, so... Now here soon in the winter months, we're going to have a lot more money because we're going to be selling stuff, which is going to be a good thing, right? It's going to be a great thing, really. I bet this is going to make us go the other way, isn't it? It is. Okay. Part of me feels like it would be easier to go up and down, but whatever, I guess. Let's just do it, and we'll come back and touch up where we need to touch up afterwards, so... But yeah, as you can see in the left-hand corner, we're not making a major change here for the lime. It's a very small amount. We are going to require a little bit more lime, though. As you can see, we're almost out now. So I was hoping we'd be able to get the whole field done, but we're not going to be able to do so, unfortunately. It'll be close. We'll have just a little bit left to do, but let's fill this up with some lime, and then we'll continue on here. Now, what I can tell you is it seems like I think we're going to be able to get it done, but we're having issues again with being able to get a recording done for the one-tile challenge here. I'm still hopeful we'll get one done this weekend. I'm recording this, well, quite a ways ahead, as a matter of fact, but I'm recording this on a Saturday. Well, actually, I guess it'll be a little over a week ago by the time this is released to you, because I think this one will be coming out on Monday, I think, if I did my math right. But, yeah, so Crusty, evidently, they've lost power, unfortunately, in his area, so that's obviously going to be a problem, right? They said it's going to be back up late tonight, so the odds are we're not going to get one done today, like we hoped. We were kind of hoping that we would get, I don't know, 2, maybe 3 even done today. Get close to finishing the series early, but that's not going to happen because of that reason, unfortunately. So hopefully his electric will be back. Well, at the time of this recording, at least, hopefully his electric will be back tomorrow. And if it is, then we're going to hope we can at least get 1, maybe 2 done tomorrow, and then hopefully again here Tuesday, and probably finish the series up at that point. Obviously, they're going to be, you know, on the backlog to edit and all that kind of stuff, but at least have all of the recordings, I should say, done. For whatever reason, I'm not on the GPS there. That was weird. But have all the, you know, the recordings and everything done, so it's just a matter of editing it and getting it uploaded, right? So that's our hope. That's our goal, at least, because we really are trying our best to get all this done prior to Chris having to head out for his knee surgery, right? So we're putting a lot of effort into it right now to try to make sure we accomplish that. All right, we got a little bit of touch-up work here to do, and then we're done with this field. And then we just got to go get the drill and drill it. Shouldn't take us too long to do that either. Now, in the last episode, I was talking about one of the, the contracts we did was a really skinny field down here, right? It was field 124. It's not expensive, 34,000. There's even smaller one right here that I didn't even notice for 19. So, like, that one would be nice to have just because it's so inexpensive, and it would allow us, in theory, to make a little bit more money in the long run. So, we might aim to try to get one of those soon. We'll see. All right, we're going to move the JCB out of the way. I'm going to continue to use the Doltzfar here. It's just a little more powerful, so I'm going to continue to use this one for a while. So my wife went down-headed. I mean, I guess you kind of can use it, but it's not really the proper way to use that word. But anyway, she went down to her hometown, which I've mentioned this before, and if you've been around the channel for a while, you know this. But she's from, well, Kentucky, but really it's only about an hour away from Cincinnati area. Anyway, her grandma is turning 91 this weekend, so she's headed down there to see her for obvious reasons. So that's kind of cool. I don't think I've known anybody to be over 90 until now. So, where's my mustard at? There it is. Okay, seeds are bought. We've got enough fertilizer in now. We're good. We can go ahead and get started here. Okay, so we're going to get this field done. Once I get up here to the end, I'm going to turn around. We're going to take a peek at the contracts and just see what's out there, because that's our next step, right? We looked last time, and we did find that one harvesting contract for the sunflowers that we did. It was a decent contract. We got about 1,000 liters of sunflowers in storage now that we were able to save. But, we really want to try to find something even bigger if possible. See, that's not even worth our time. More plowing contracts. Yeah, there's not tons. There's another stone picking contract. I'm reluctant to do that again. We had a lot of issues in the last episode trying to do that stone picking contract for whatever reason. I don't know if it's just that specific field or that contract that got screwed up, or if it's just stone picking in general on this map that's having that issue. I have no idea, but it makes me a little nervous to attempt another stone picking contract, and even so, with that one, it's not really worth it anymore at that point. It's $1,000 basically to lease the stuff, and then you're only getting paid $1,347, so you're really not getting any money at all. The spraying one I think I would love to do, but the problem is we don't really have a ton of money. We'd have to buy a lot of spray to get that done, I feel like. Like, pretty much use the money that we have in the account to get that one done. So, I'm not quite sure in the long run that would really be worth it. Yeah, not seeing a ton out there. It's either going to have to be, we're going to go that spraying approach, buy some more spray and go the spraying approach, or we're going to do the plowing. I mean, that's really where we're at, unfortunately. I'd love to see some other stuff pop up out here, but they just really haven't. I guess we could do the cultivating one. That's a gigantic cultivating field. It's right next to us. It's huge, and that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. We'd basically get a little over 14,000 we would clear for doing that. Maybe we should look at that and see, you know, how wide that cultivator is. Because if that cultivator is pretty wide and maybe it won't take as long as I'm expecting, you know, then maybe it is worth it, right? Maybe it is worth it. Is it this one? It is this one. 14.3 meters. That's pretty... I think it's that one at least. Now that I looked at that, I saw another one, but I think it's that one. Let me get turned around here. Let's look. It is that one. It would take a very long time to do that. It would take a very, very long time to do that. But I'm tempted to do it just because of how much money we would make off of that. I mean, that is a huge amount of money. I don't know how far 14.3 meters is. I would assume it's something similar to between these two. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, maybe 9 or 10 passes, maybe? It doesn't sound that bad when you think of it in that sense. If it's that wide, of course. I'm not quite sure it is. I kind of feel like we do that. Well, we know what we have to do here. I might think about doing it. Maybe we start doing it during the time lapse we're getting ready to run into right now. But let's get this field set. And then we can kind of, well, like I said, maybe I'll make a decision during the time lapse. But if not, we'll make a decision afterwards and kind of go from there. Okay, that was a long time lapse there, gang. I apologize. I just was getting in the groove here, and it's not taking too long. We still have a long ways to go, as a matter of fact. We have a really, really long way to go, really. I did not want to go to farmland, but I guess we're going to go to farmland and do an autosave, of course. Hurry up. There we go. But we do have a long ways to go, right? So we've got a good chunk done. We got the headlands done, and now we're starting on the up and downs here. A little bit further than what I said it was going to be. I said one between each of these two, but it's really not. But that's okay. We're moving along relatively nicely. Now, this isn't an articulate tractor, and those of you that have been around the channel for a long time know how I feel about these, but we're getting better with them. We're getting better, right? So it's not terrible. Camera gets a little wonky, but otherwise it's not terrible. So we decided to do this contract just based solely on the fact of it's so much money, right? It's going to be such a what's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be such a boost to the morale of the series with having that kind of money. It's going to get us back to almost 20 grand, and we still have one more contract we can do. Now, to be fair, obviously this contract is going to take a long time, right? So the next contract we do will probably be something a little bit lighter. Maybe this other Deadwood contract. I know it's not a ton of money, but you know what? It's a little bit. There are some other harvesting contracts that have popped out here, but again, they're all like root crop or peas or spinach or whatever that is, green beans. Not quite sure I want to do those. We've done a lot of plowing lately. I'm not going to do those. The spraying one, maybe we take that spraying contract upon ourselves now that we're going to be doing this one, right? We'll get a good payday from that, so maybe we buy some more herbicide and maybe we do that field there. I think if we have a full tank of herbicide, we probably can do that one, which is also, pretty good money. But, doing the herbicide, it doesn't take nearly as long as, something like this or anything else for that matter. So, maybe that's an option, right? Maybe that's a choice for us to consider doing. We'll see. But yes, very, very long time lapse. Apologize for that. It was one of, if not the longest time lapse we've done. And I feel like I say that often lately, but it's the truth. It was a very, very long time lapse. But we'll speed it up. We'll speed it up, and it shouldn't be too bad when we speed it up, right? Probably 3 minutes or so, maybe a little more than that, but it shouldn't be terrible. Well, you know what it is. I'm just talking about, past tense, really. When I speed it up, it'll probably be that amount of time. That's really what I should be saying, I guess. We are 68% of the way through, though, so realistically for me, I know we're going to have to do maybe not that, but we're going to have to do some of this over here. I know that for a fact, but I'm going to continue on these here, see where we get, and then we'll kind of start from here. I'll probably take this one first, and maybe just continue on and do that, I guess. But we shouldn't have to do every single bit here on this field. There should be a little bit of give, a little bit of leeway, which is good, right? Now, it is October. A couple months from now, handful episodes or so from now, we are going to be back in January again. And that means the Threat 2 is back at play again. If you're new and you stumbled across this, everything, all the details are down below. I tried to explain them as best I can, but if you do have questions, make sure you let me know in the comments. I'll get back to you when I can. Certainly, I'm not able to reply every single day, but I will reply whenever I can, and I'd kind of reply in bulk whenever I have the chance to do so. But if you have a question about something and maybe you want to take it on, let me know down below. I'll help you out as much as I can. But long story short, January is the only time when we're allowed to pay off the loan, and it's not a guarantee that we're allowed to pay off the loan. We have to ask a randomizer, whatever randomizer you want to use, basically a yes or no question. And the question is, am I allowed to pay off my loan? And if it's yes, pay off as much as you want. And that's it. That whole threat is done for that year. If you have enough money to pay off your loan in its entirety, you no longer have Threat 2. Threat 2 has been checked. You checked the box on that. It is now complete. If you can't pay it all, you can pay whatever you want to pay. You can pay zero if you want to. It's really up to you. It's just giving you the option that you're allowed to do it. If you happen to get, no, I'm not allowed to pay off my loan, there is a Step 2. Step 2 is another yes or no question in a randomizer. This time, you have to ask it, do I need to take out another loan, or do I need to take out more loan? And if the answer is yes, you have to take out $100,000 more of loan, regardless if you want it or not. You have to take it. In other words, what I'm saying is, if the first question, and if you get no, can I pay off my loan? No. But let's say you had enough money to pay off your loan right now. Doesn't matter. If the next question tells you yes, you have to take out more loan, you've got to take out another $100,000, and you can't do anything. You can't pay the loan off. You can't do anything till next January. It continues on over and over and over again. Every January, you have to ask that question, and until you get a yes, you're not able to pay the loan. So in essence, round 2 or question 2 is, do I need to take out more of a loan? And if it's yes, you have to take out another $100,000, regardless if you need it or not. If it is no, then you don't have to take any more money out. As a matter of fact, you can't take any more money out. It's not just an option. You can't take any more money out. And that's it. That's what you got for the rest of the year. So if you get no, you're not allowed to pay off your loan, and you get no, I'm not allowed, I don't need to take out more of a loan, you're just staying the status quo until next January. So whatever money you have, that's what you got, right? So early on here, the first round the first year we got yes, we had to take out more of a loan. So we've got higher interest being incurred, which, all these contracts and things like that, that really helps offset that, but it's more of a nuisance, right? For me personally right now, we're losing about $1,000 every month. So $12,000 a year right now. If you continue to add more money, more and more and more loan money into there, it's going to be more and more money every month that's being taken out from loan interest, etc., right? So you really want to try to pay that loan off as soon as possible. In this instance, in our case right now, I'm actually I know this sounds crazy, but I'm actually kind of hoping that we get the same thing we did the first year, where it says, no, we're not allowed to pay off the loan, and yes, I have to take out more of a loan. I'm kind of hoping for that. I know that's going to put our loan pretty high, but I'm kind of hoping for that. I think another $100,000 right now would do wonders for us, and that's the great thing about it, right? You sometimes you want that $100,000 just because it's going to help you overall. So that's kind of where we're at right now. I would like to have it. With our luck, we probably won't. We got lucky the first time, but again, it's a 50-50 choice, right? It's 50-50, so you never know, right? There's good odds for both ways. So, in any case, we'll see what happens. We're already at 87% here on the cultivation, 88% just clicked over. So, yeah, we're not going to have to do much over there, I don't think, at all when we turn around here and do this last bit. So while we're doing that, let's look at the contracts and see what's the next one we want to do. I'm really kind of leaning towards the spraying one here, this big spraying one. I know it's a big contract. I know it's going to take a while, but I'm kind of leaning towards that. Anything new come out here? Because some new things popped up when we were looking before. More cultivating, which maybe it makes sense for us to do one of these cultivating contracts and use the cultivator we have now, because it'll take seconds. Like 82 here, that probably makes sense. I think we should do that. We'll probably be done in one pass, maybe 2 at most. That's $2,231. I think that's what we do. I'm just going to go ahead and accept it. We're going to do it. I just think that's the smartest play right now. We've already leased this, right? We've already taken a hit on our big contract here. Might as well do another one with it. Get more than that money back, as a matter of fact. I was going to say get most of that money back, but we're getting more than what we leased it. I think we leased this for about $1,000, right? So that other contract, Field 82, is $2,000 and something. So, and the size of this, like I said, it shouldn't take long at all to do it. It really shouldn't. Yeah, so I stand corrected again, of course, as always. We're going to go ahead and do this little strip down here. We're already down here. We might as well do it. And we'll just kind of continue on that path, and then a little further up, we'll be able to carry on. And we should get to 100% just from this path here alone. We should. Let's get it done.
Chase the highs, leave all your tears. We're on cloud 9. We live and die, a raver's life.
Okay, we've been struggling on this field quite a bit here. I think it's because it's potato field, so they're for whatever reason they're angled the wrong way, so you're going through these ruts, and it's just impossible. It's always like this on anything that you do when it has potatoes when you're trying to cultivate or plow. It sucks, but it is what it is. Nearly done here. Sorry, excuse me, gang. Nearly done here, which is going to be good. All right, so this is done, so we can turn all of this in now, which is going to be good. It's big money. Look at that. It gets us to 20,846. That is awesome. That is a great spot to be in. Now, before we kind of end the episode here, which may be a little bit of a shorter episode than you're normally used to, because it actually didn't take as long as I thought. I thought this was going to take forever, and it really didn't. I think it's time for us to start thinking about maybe some kind of a greenhouse to put down for some, extra income, if you will. We don't have tons of money, right? So let's just be clear here. We don't have tons of money. I'm not going to do crickets. We're doing that on the island preservation. But we talked about this small tea seedling garden before because it doesn't take up a whole lot of space. I also talked about how, I need to look into it a little bit more to see exactly, what it is we need to do. To make this work. Because I think it's a production with it, but I can't, the Farmer's Brew mod, because I can't seem to find the factory or the production for it. Looking for it right now, but I'm not seeing it still. I guess it must be this. But that doesn't... No, that's the malt beverage factory mod. I don't see it anywhere here, gang, so I don't know what I'm missing here, but there's clearly something. It's this. It's this. Okay, I found it. It's this. The Farmer's Brew Tea Factory. Okay, so if I put down that tea greenhouse, in essence, at some point I'm going to have to put this down, which is fine. I have no problem doing so. I'd probably put it over here, honestly. I think it's like a good spot for it, but... Okay. Can I think we might have looked at this once before, but just bear with me for a minute here. So, small tea seedling garden. Tea seedling. Seedling. I literally looked in this and I thought before and I couldn't find anything, but maybe I wasn't looking for the correct thing. I swear we looked at this, though. Oh, actually, I know we did. It's not even I swear. I know we did, but perhaps I wasn't looking on the right spot. Yeah, I don't see anything for tea of any sort in here. So if I put that down, the worry I have is that, it has to have that production to work, right? Because I don't see anywhere... I don't even see anywhere to spawn any pallets or anything like that, right? There's not like a pallet spawning spot on here. I think I'm going to think about it some more. If somebody has used this in the past, let me know down below. I'm curious to know what you think about it, first of all, and second of all, how it exactly works. I need to just go off camera and just test it out, but I'm not going to do it today. We're far enough along in this episode now at this point that I'm not going to do it today. But here in the winter months, this probably makes sense for us to start considering doing this. I just would like to do it because it's something different, right? It's something we haven't done. It's something different. There's also this, carbon dioxide production. So there's a couple of things here that we could do from that perspective. The orchard, I would like to do that too, but we're obviously not. We don't have enough money for that. So, yeah, let's think about it. If somebody has used that before, that tea production, that whole ensemble of different mods there, let me know down below. I'd love to learn more about it. Like I said, I'm going to try to do it off camera here for the winter months coming up, because we're not going to have much to do here. Now that all the fields are seeded, we're just going to be doing contracts here for a little while. I know that's not the most exciting thing in the world, but it's the truth. That's what we're going to be doing, so I think everything is in relatively as good of shape as we can be in. We obviously screwed up big time on this field, but we fixed it to the best we could. But everything else is looking relatively good, so yeah. We'll leave it there. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash the like, subscribe button in the case you've yet to do so. Thanks so much to my members for all their continued support. If you want early access to videos like this one, there's a link down below. Make sure you check out my second channel. Check out the Discord. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. I'll see you next time.